Live look from the Kennedy Space Center this morning, where Artemis 1 is preparing to launch. Our Zach Covey is live right now in Cape Canaveral, awaiting this historic launch. Zach, what can you tell us about the process?
Well, I'll tell you what, we just got word from NASA officials that everything is A-OK on the core stage after this morning's leak of liquid hydrogen. That is good to know. That means the core is all filled up and we are good to go. And they have now powered on and are working on filling up the second stage. Everything is good there. I want to introduce you to the rocket itself. This is known as SLS. It is not known as Artemis. The mission name is Artemis. And this is the rocket. It is a very large rocket. It is actually the most powerful rocket ever built by humans. And we want to kind of take you one by one as today's launch sequences really go through. Obviously, those two white things, those are the solid rocket boosters, and they provide 75% of the thrust upon liftoff. When you hear go for launch, those are going to be creating the rumble that we all feel here across Central Florida. The core stage powered by 4 RS-25 engines. Those engines flew on all of the different space shuttles during the space shuttle program. Now, once this rocket is up into space, those SRBs, they're going to jettison, fall back down to Earth. They will actually land in the Atlantic Ocean as the rocket continues on. Then the core is going to separate once we reach stage. And once that happens, that core will fall back into the Pacific Ocean, and we'll also say goodbye to the launch abort system because we won't need that anymore. We will officially be in space. Then it's all about the second stage. This is what will propel us to the moon, and those fairings will begin to deploy, allowing the actual part of the rocket, the Orion capsule, humans will eventually be on with Artemis 2, to deploy its solar panels. Now, these solar panels, they're going to lead to powering the Orion capsule all the way to the moon, and we only ditch that as we finally come back to Earth. That's when crew separation happens and the rocket comes back into essentially the Earth's atmosphere. That will happen in early October. Guys, coming up, we sit down with a one-on-one with NASA Administrator Bill Nelson. You don't want to miss it. That's at the top of the 6 o'clock hour.
Back out live to the Space Coast now, where we are getting ready for this morning's launch.
Our Mike Magnoli and meteorologist Zach Covey are at Spaceview Park in Titusville. Crowds are gathering. The excitement is building. Guys, good morning. What can you tell us?
Good morning to you both, Matt and Sam, and good morning at home. 100 to 200,000 people. That's what NASA officials, Mike, are saying are expected to come out here. The largest crowds since the end of the shuttle program, and it's all because the rocket right over there is able to take us back to the moon, Mars, and beyond. You had an amazing opportunity of talking to somebody local that actually worked on this rocket, specifically the upper stage.
That's right. It's a local company out of Jupiter,
okay.
Aerojet Rocketdyne, and they are part of this process, part of many teams, many teams involved in this. Talked to the deputy program manager who built one of the engines on that upper stage. Take a look.
But we're really going to the moon. That's exciting. Think about all the science, the brain power, everything that goes into getting us off of this Earth into outer space and to the moon and around the moon.
Nicole Cummings, standing beside the RL-10, beaming with pride. To explain what this is and what it does, let's refer to a NASA graphic. The upper stage of the Space Launch System rocket is the part that separates from the core stage. That's after the boosters have broken away. And it's the upper stage that gives the spacecraft Orion the final shove towards the moon. It's powered by the RL-10.
We need that little engine to direct it where it needs to go.
That little engine propels the upper stage to 24,000 miles per hour.
3, 2, 1, start.
This particular version of the RL-10 has been tested in Aerojet Rocketdyne's facilities in Palm Beach County, but this mission will be the first time this model will be used in space. Earlier RL-10s have been used in legacy rockets like the Atlas and Saturn. For Nicole, who joined the company as an intern 17 years ago, being connected to the Artemis program gives her butterflies, because she knows in future missions, major moments are coming.
We're going to be putting a woman and the first person of color on the moon.
Nicole graduated from Wellington High School. As a teenager in science clubs, she loved designing and building machines. Back then, it was something as simple as a mousetrap. It ignited a creative and technical spark in her brain. Then she went to Florida Atlantic University and studied mechanical engineering. Her advice to young women thinking about a career in the aerospace industry?
Definitely go for it and do it, but it's discipline. I'll say engineering is a very disciplined field.
Nicole says if today's launch and this mission go well, the next goals in space exploration will feel closer as we're baby stepping out into our galaxy.
And then after this phase of Artemis, we're going to Mars.
She's absolutely right. This is about a testing and training ground to go to the red planet. And we are getting a beautiful sunrise right now in Titusville. The weather seems to be cooperating, but we are monitoring one confirmed, possibly two technical problems with the rocket. NASA says they are troubleshooting that right now. So a lot of suspense, a lot of anticipation out here, guys. And we will stay on top of this and we'll check back just as soon as we hear some more on these issues.